Alrighty everyone, welcome to our lesson today on other forms of altered consciousness. So objectives and standards today to identify the purpose of other forms of consciousness and analyze the impact of other forms of consciousness. And take a brief moment there to look at the standards if you would. So a desired result is what are the impacts of other forms of consciousness on the mind and body. Relaxation. Now, hypnosis. This involves a hypnotist that will guide and direct a participant to think or act a certain way. And maybe you've seen, forms of entertainment of this where they tell people to act like a chicken or a duck or something like that, or to dance around. But in reality, hypnosis does have some other purposes as well. It allows a person to become aware of things they may not usually notice. Attention is typically drawn to areas that people are not consciously aware of at the present moment, such as if I were to say to you, maybe how you're sitting right now or wherever you are, and I say, oh, notice how your feet are, you would say, oh, wow, I didn't notice that my feet were, positioned like that. You don't realize those things. So hypnosis will make you realize, certain things that you may or may not be presently aware of. Now, despite the common belief, people are not put to sleep in hypnosis. And people are typically more receptive and responsive to both internal and external stimuli during hypnosis. Again, participants will typically focus on a certain detail and ignore other aspects of it. And sometimes participants can become susceptible to the suggestions of a hypnotist. Sometimes a psychologist may use hypnosis to help a person solve a problem, but again, this must be used as a form of cooperation, not domination. So in other words, a psychologist should not be telling the person to go rob a bank or something like that, trying to put that in their mind they should go rob a bank or hurt someone or something like that. There should be a mutual understanding between the two sides, the psychologist and the participant, that they're both working together to try and help the person solve a problem. Now, hypnosis theories, similar to other theories like we've talked about in psychology, people do not always agree. And again, this is always true with hypnosis as well. Theodore Barber was a major critic of hypnosis, didn't believe it served a real purpose. However, Ernest Hilgard believed hypnosis was a very powerful state. He believed that hypnosis allows for the consciousness to go through different stages during it, and people again could become aware or unaware of certain things that are going on around them, maybe in their body or in their mind. And others believe that hypnosis can allow for humans to reveal abilities they're not aware of. And so the uses of hypnosis. Most like we said in the beginning, most people are familiar with hypnosis as a form of entertainment. Again, hypnotizing people to act like a chicken or maybe, dance around funny. But it does have medical and therapeutic fields to it as well. People can be told to remember or forget things from hypnosis. And this is known as polysphonotic suggestion. So a psychologist can suppress a certain memory of a person through hypnosis. Maybe the person had a very traumatic experience when they were a child and or may have lived through something terrifying. And a psychologist can sometimes help that person learn to suppress that memory. It can also be used to prevent a certain behavior, such as smoking or overeating. So hypnotists have used that to help people overcome their, obsessive disorders or things like that. And pain can also be suppressed through the use of hypnosis as well. Now let's talk about feedback. So the technique of feedback. A person learning to control his or her physiological processes is known as biofeedback. Examples of this could be, for example, if a person is lying in bed and let's say they're hooked up to a machine, and if their heart rate goes above 80, a light turns on. Okay, the person then may become conscious to try and keep their heart rate below 80 to keep the light off. So it can be used to control many different things such as brain waves, heart rate, blood pressure, etc. And again, machines are used, so you're typically hooked up to some type of machine, and it's used in biofeedback to inform people about sudden, subtle changes in these areas. So again, it allows people to become more aware of their reactions to, certain things that they may be thinking about or going through, and to try to control their reactions and emotions, to try to control their body's reactions. So it's thinking about your psychology and how your brain is working to control how your body reacts to certain things. So that's biofeedback. And then meditation, focusing attention on an image or thought with the goal of clearing the mind and producing relaxation or inner peace, is known as meditation. This has been practiced for thousands of years in different places around the world. I'm sure you're familiar with some of them, what meditation maybe are already. And there are major approaches to meditation, that include transcendental, mindfulness, and breath. Okay? Sorry that I don't know why they didn't show up there on the PowerPoint, but again, they're transcendental, mindfulness, and breath. Now, transcendental is repeating a phrase while sitting with your eyes closed for 15 to 20 minutes a day. Mindfulness is focusing on the present moment, such as from your toes to the top of your head, and focusing on areas of pain. And then breath meditation is concentrating on breathing patterns such as inhaling and exhaling. Many times this is a typical one that I've heard most of the time is, breathing in slowly and exhaling slowly. So this is a form of meditation as well. So most researchers agree that meditation can help with relaxation. There they are there again, transcendental, mindfulness, and breath. They can lower blood pressure, they can lower the heart rate, and they can lower respiration levels that can benefit from meditation. And some researchers believe that meditation sometimes puts people to sleep. So some people argue that meditation really isn't causing this relaxation, but more sleeping is what's causing the relaxation and the change in these physiological elements such as blood pressure and heart rate, that because people are falling asleep during meditation, that's why these reductions are occurring, not so much that it's meditation. All right, so if you would be as kind to try your best on the questions that follow this, and I'll hopefully see and talk to you guys soon.
All right, everybody, here's our closure. So what are the impacts of other forms of consciousness on the mind and body? Think about meditation and biofeedback and some of the other things that were discussed, and then I'll help you answer your question. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Please try your best on the questions that follow, and hope to talk and see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.